Howdy, howdy, folks. It is Diecastbuffet here again. Today we have a very, very unique and very cool Kyle Larson Texas win for the playoffs last year. And for the first time ever, the All-Star car and the Texas win actually get made, or both Texas wins, I really should say. This is a very unique paint scheme. I can't remember the last time exactly when we got a fall Texas raced win. Probably 2007 when the raced win line, if not maybe an Authentics exclusive. But without further ado, let's go and get this Kyle Larson raced win right out of the box. Alrighty, folks. We're going to go ahead and kick off this video with a little bit of a Larry McNugget, if you will. For the first time ever, I believe all three of the playoff races for the round of 12 were actually made in the 1/64 scale. Texas, Roval, and Talladega. Pretty interesting. So, we got Kyle Larson's erased win card here, and you can just see the confetti. And notice those are not just normal confetti rectangles or shapes. No, those are actually very tiny Texas-shaped confetti pieces. Very cool as a Texas native myself. And of course, picked this one up over there at Circle B Diecast. You can too. We got more Kyle Larson stuff here to review on the channel. If you're a Kyle Larson completionist, you're going to want to get the Phoenix raced win, perhaps, maybe even picking up the Roval raced win. You can save on shipping, guys, with the promo code Diecastbuffet for any orders, $30 and more, guys. I love this. You have red, white, and blue camouflage. It's a darker blue, which is the perfect color combination, in my opinion, for this diecast, because it's a red, white, and blue car, but it has just a slight off-color blue, so it really looks nice on this. So you go to the front of the car, you can see a little bit of grill tape. That is something we don't see anymore, really, in the Cup Series anymore. Got the number 5, got some dirt, some rubber, all that good stuff. High speeds, at Texas, you're going to have that. You got Hendrick Motorsports. Go to the left side of this diecast, and, I'll give my honest opinion on Texas Motor Speedway and how I feel about the future of that track and where they need to go and what most likely probably will happen. We'll be talking about that a little bit later in the video here. But one cool thing about it is that if you truly think about it, guys, the last true 1.5 mile, 500 mile race is the fall Texas race, because Atlanta is a super speedway now, right? Obviously, you only have a 400 mile at Kansas, Vegas, 400 miles. So the last true 500 mile race that is Texas Motor Speedway, which is quite interesting, because Charlotte, they don't have their 500 mile race anymore, only the 600. So you got Kyle Larson right there. You got about a gajillion raced win banners. And what's funny is that he could have added probably about 3 or 4 more to the total. I mean, think about it. He pretty much won everything at Pocono but the final corner. You think about the Kansas race in the spring, almost won that. Michigan, so close to winning that. Oh my goodness, what other races he almost won? Both of the Darlington races. I mean, this guy could have easily won more races, guys. I mean, he was just on fire. It was 2007 Jimmy Johnson, 1998 Jeff Gordon in the modern day. So you got hiring technicians there, or whatever's left of it, because you do have, of course, the tire degradation there from the burnout, HendrickCars.com. I like how this little cutout is right there with the pattern of the paint scheme. Looks very nice. Got the American ethanol ring, got Valvoline there. You got a paint chip or some type of a Grove Street bullet hole through the B-post. That is nice. You got Axalta, Akron's, Mack Tools, Freightliner, Simeon, Cincinnati Industries. You do have the race win record from the Coke 600. They ran that on I think all the Hendrick cars for the rest of the season, breaking the Petty Enterprises 268 wins, something like that. Cup Series playoffs, Goodyear, Metro Tech, and Tarleton, which we have not seen a Metro Tech or a Tarleton paint scheme, I don't think, in the next-gen era, so perhaps they left. Got the round of 8 sticker there. You can see they put 2 of those there. You can see just a fraction of one of the decals, I guess, and they screwed it up, and they had to replace it. So you got the caboose of this diecast. Now, you can't see the spoiler. I'm not sure, but it feels like the spoiler is a little bit dull for these playoff cars for 2021. I could see that on my Kevin Harvick playoff diecast. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be that way. I'd much prefer a more of a brighter, more robust kind of yellow, if you will. I got HendrickCars.com right there. Got the number 5. A little bit of some scrapes, some dents, possibly on pit road, maybe some restarts. Valvoline there. You go to the right side of the diecast, and My favorite portion, generally, of these race twin cars is that exhaust panel. I just love how you have like the pop rivet design right there on the side skirts, and then you have that exhaust panel, which has a little bit of scraping, probably maybe, you know, bottoming out in the corner, perhaps. And it's pretty cool how you have the confetti that kind of just lays on the right fender well, if you will. That's pretty cool there. I mean, it's a great looking paint scheme. And if you compare it to the next gen, you know, version of this car, the Gen 6 version is so much better. I mean, you even see it on the trucks, or you see it on the Xfinity cars. And in my opinion, it really suits the middle number placement. It's one of the paint schemes that it's hard to make it work, in my honest opinion, as good as this with the forward number. Personally, I think this is the best version of that. It's got the number 5 right there on the roof. Hiring technicians once again on the roof. You can see a little bit more of some confetti. I really wish they would have made the Kyle Busch 2020 Skittles Zombies Texas win, because that was such a cool paint scheme. And they got Nation's Guard right there on the deck lid. You can see a little bit of some pop rivet design once again on the spoiler, which is a very, very nice detail. You like to see that on your race win diecast. So this is a very obscure race win diecast. You know, generally it's Talladega, it's Daytona, it's Roval. It's generally the more marquee events, maybe the Coke 600. But for the Fall Texas race, it's really interesting that they actually made this. Because if it was just, let's just say it was insert generic Ryan Blaney, no disrespect, odds are, knowing them, they would have never made it, because for whatever reason, they don't make all his wins, which I think is kind of lame. But I'm glad Larson won it, because he's a very popular driver. And there's probably only 2 drivers in the field that really would have gotten this diecast produced. Larson himself and Chase Elliott, because of the popularity. So that's really good to see this diecast get made. I think the last time we did see the Fall Texas win was back in 2007, which they made almost every race to win from that season in the 1/64 scale. So that is very, very cool. So for the future of that track, things have gotten a little bit spicy about that. There's rumors that IndyCar possibly might having their final race there in 2023, because the racing has been atrocious, right? For those who don't know, they pretty much really screwed up that racetrack after the 2016 repave. They took in 2017, they took turns 1 and 2, they flattened it, and it ruined the racing. They put all kinds of traction compounds and PJ1s, and it stained the track so badly that it was pretty much single groove racing. So IndyCar is probably out. Who knows? Maybe they'll have a change of heart. The Cup Series has reduced it to 1 race on the schedule, which I think is the first time since 2004. Think about that. 2004, they replaced Rockingham and North Wilkesboro pretty much for Texas Motor Speedway. North Wilkesboro, ironically, gets the All-Star race. So it just shows you the state of the track right now. And it seems like they're willing to do everything but actually fix the racing product, that being the actual racetrack. If it was up to me, I think they should just repave the track, go back to the 2016 configuration, or add extra banking and make it even faster. You could do the Super Speedway, test, right? You could try to make that. If it doesn't work, guess what? You still have an extremely high banked racetrack that, if you really wanted to, you could get 200 miles per hour on. You see what I'm saying? So it covers both ways. It's like Atlanta Motor Speedway. 5 years from now, they're probably not going to have Super Speedway action there. But guess what? They have a super high banked Atlanta that's going to have a lot of high speeds. So it works both ways. Who knows what they'll do with the racetrack in 2023 and beyond. But it certainly deserves to stay on the schedule, but they have to fix it. They got to repave it, get it back to the 2016 configuration. The IndyCar races, the Cup Series races there, they were fantastic. And it's one of the it's the idea of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they did what Kentucky did, and guess what? Kentucky's not even on the schedule anymore, right? So for moving forward, just fix the track, and I promise you, great racing will return, because the next gen cars have went to tracks like Vegas, tracks like Michigan. You know how many people complain every year that Michigan and Fontana sucks, and next gen goes there and they have an absolute barn burner? Texas will fall under that same suit. If they fix the track, next gen could put on a show, guys. Thank you again for watching. If you can, please give it a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, we have more next-gen diecast to review here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. And with all that being said, folks, have a great one, everybody. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.